Hello, my impatience. It is Andrew the Android Koloski here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my impatience. How are you doing? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you, my impatience? I'd like for you guys to join and engage with me. I'd like for you guys to join and engage with me. See, I don't have a lot to talk about, so I'm hoping the impatience will spark some dialogue. Because quite frankly, this is going to be a snooze fest otherwise. And we don't want that. We don't want a snooze fest here. We don't want to put the people to sleep and have them say boring. We don't want to put the people to sleep and have them say boring. We don't want to put the people to sleep. All right, we had one inpatient, then he went away. I don't know. They're leaving me in solitary confinement here. So when I discovered actually, I can share with you my artwork from yesterday, which I actually have yet to do. Which is pretty rare for me because I'm pretty quick to share it. I don't know what happened. So this is the first one. This obviously is a rendition of 2017, 2018. My mother is like, "You're a loser, the bane of my existence." And I'm passive and say nothing. It's day after day I take her abuse. True quote unquote love? Happy? Will I always be a soy boy? And you see the clock ticking. So if anybody remembers my content from back then, you can see the next one. Walking the animal. Doesn't get better than this. So much fun. And, I'm walking a little animal. I mean, initially it was meant to be like the Yorkie, but I turned it into like a blue little creature. And this is a cool one too. And the last one, which is obviously the worst one of the day, I did it with oil pastels. It says, "Help me, I'm fading away. Time is running out. No one cares. Man-child." And that's the artwork from yesterday, obviously. And I don't know. What did you guys think of the artwork? Anybody have any questions, comments regarding it? Hello, my fellow impatients. Hello, my fellow impatients. Rusty, did you see the artwork? Or are you just joining now? What do you think? What do you think of the artwork, dude? He says, "Yeah, he saw it, but show it again." Princess Erie is here. How you doing, Erie? How you doing? I'll show it again a little later. I'll take a little hiatus. So how's everybody prepared for Thanksgiving? Is everybody excited for Thanksgiving? Ariana Grande, is she really, is Erie really Ariana Grande or no? I mean, it's possible. I mean, Ariana Grande exists. What are my thoughts on Deborah rebranding to the The Goddess. I mean, that's fine. Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande. Yeah, I mean, I know obviously her song Seven Rings, Break Up with Your Boyfriend because I'm bored, Thank You Next. And, obviously I hear her new song on the radio, We Can't Be Friends. So I'm obviously familiar with her music. I mean, she's all over Z100 and the pop stations. But to be honest with you, I'm not really much of an expert on Ariana Grande. I don't know much about her. I know she's in the movie Wicked at the moment, which is a little bit of a rendition of The Wizard of Oz. It was a musical. So yeah, I don't really know a lot about Ariana Grande. I mean, that's probably the beginning and end of what I know about her. Oh, and there was some sort of attack at one of her concerts many years ago. I remember that too. And yeah. So I guess I do know it. I do know a lot. I mean, what the hell does my mother know about Ariana Grande? Probably absolutely nothing. So I guess I do know a lot. I mean, I'm definitely not a hardcore Ariana Grande fan, but I know the basics. I definitely know the basics. Erie says she was attacked by Deborah at a concert and it was very traumatic. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be attacked. Isn't Deborah like 6'6"? I wouldn't want to be attacked. I don't think you're in danger, Erie. I don't think. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know Deborah enough, but maybe you are. But I think it's okay. We'll keep you safe from danger. We'll keep you safe from danger here. The inpatients in the psychiatric asylum will keep you safe from danger. We'll protect you in the psych ward. Keeping you safe in the psych ward. Erie says, thank you for your support. You're welcome. We got your back. We got your back, Erie. I'll be watching out for you in the psychiatric asylum. All right, I'll go over the artwork one more time. I know Erie's going to hate this one because she thinks my mother's a queen. But you know what? I'll go over it anyway. This is 2017, 2018. My mother's like, you're a loser, the bane of my existence. And I'm passive and say nothing. Day after day, I take her abuse. True love? Happy? Will I always be a soy boy? And you see the clock ticking. Somebody says, your mother cuts your steak for you. How could you say these things? I guess you're right. The next one, walking the animal. It doesn't get much better than this. So much fun, and I'm walking a little blue creature. It was meant to be the Yorkie, but I turned it into like a little blue creature. And the last one, help me, I'm fading away. Time is running out, and no one cares, and I'm a man-child. Erie says, my mother is a queen. She called my mother Queen Christine. And how could I say these things? How could I say these things? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mi madre. Yeah, I know Thanksgiving is obviously a holiday. I'm going to be spending it around my family, and you know what? You know what they say about your family. Do I get along with them? Do I get along with my family? And somebody said to just try to get along with my family tomorrow. Try to not, I think we're gonna have turkey for dinner tomorrow. Erie says her friend is asking for a shout out. Her name is Lorraine. All right, shout out to Lorraine. I guess I give shout outs now. Rusty says, how about being like a normal fake person like everybody else during the holidays? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a normal fake person. I'm going to try to get along with them. I'm going to try to have a nice day. And I'm going to keep my side of the street clean. And I'm just going to try to have a nice day with my family. Oh yeah, I'll be in the main house. So will my father, so will my brother, so will my stepfather. I know it's a little weird, my stepfather and father hanging out together, but that's what's gonna happen. I haven't seen my brother in months. I don't think I've seen him since Easter, so he'll be there. So I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be an interesting day. So yeah, that's the Thanksgiving tomorrow. Yeah, we'll probably watch something like football. I mean, I'm sure that's going to be on the TV. We'll sit there and we'll eat. I know they got the pumpkin pie, they got the stuffing, they got the cranberry sauce, they got the potatoes, they got the peas. So I mean, like I was chatting with a woman and she was like, yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving is what it is. You spend time with your family and, you know, you try to coexist and, you know, what am I going to talk about with my brother? I don't know. I'll ask him if he wants to get dinner sometime and maybe hang out, me and him just one on one. I kind of wanted to get dinner with my brother and just try to make him like a friend, kind of, because I feel like I've had no relationship with him for months, maybe years now, and I just want to maybe try to turn him into a friend who I could socialize with, try to repair the relationship. I don't know if he'd be willing to do that, but I have lots of friends from NAMI and who I do things with, and I would love to do that with my brother. Somebody said obviously you had a close relationship with your brother when you were in college. You would sometimes take the train together, but lately I just have no relationship with him. Rusty asks, ask him if he wants to play WrestleMania 2000 with you. I'm not going to accuse him of nefarious deeds. I'm just going to say, you want to get, I don't know, what can we get together? Radizio or sushi and I just want to repair the relationship. I just want to have a relationship with my brother again, I guess. I don't know if he wants to have a relationship with me or not. Maybe he's afraid I'm going to mess up his career in life. But I want to have a relationship with him. I don't know. The problem's, I'll reach out to him tomorrow. Somebody says, why do you think people want to see the sensationalistic pro wrestling persona? Why do you think that's the content the Disney Corporation wants to see, or Universal or Paramount? That's a good question. Obviously, I want to get hired. I want to be a successful artist. I want to be a successful performer and movie star and comedian. And I want my content to be seen. But it's really sabotaging, opportunities with romantic partners. So, and employment. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a major motion picture company to hire me, like Disney, Universal, Paramount, Sony, or whatever, you know. Or Time Warner, or just I'm looking for a major motion picture company to hire me and say, Andrew, your life story is awe-inspiring. We're going to make a movie about your life. Somebody says, would you do a Lifetime original movie? At this point, I would. At this point, I would do a fucking Lifetime movie. It's been 15 years I've been trying to be a movie star. So at this point, I would even do a Lifetime movie. If the Lifetime or Hallmark Network wanted to do a movie about my life. Somebody says they would probably make you play a woman beater in a Lifetime movie. Lifetime movies are really good for a giggle. Hey there, horn dog, how you doing? Somebody asks, would you be in Joe Dirt 3? I guess so. I don't know. I'm just making social media content in solitude day after day. At this point, I'll take any opportunity that's given to me. A Lifetime movie, Joe Dirt 3, a superhero movie. I would take fucking anything. You know? I mean, maybe if I become a big star, maybe I'll be more selective. But at this point, I'm pretty desperate for recognition. So I'll take anything that's offered to me. You know what I mean? I'll be in Joe Dirt 3. I'll be in Morbius 2 if they make Morbius 2. I'll be a sidekick to Jared Leto, you know? It's Morbin time. You know, I'll be in fucking Morbius 2. The joke is Morbius was an atrocious movie. I'll be the villain in Morbius fucking 2 if you want. Yeah, Horn Dog, we already talked about Thanksgiving. I'll be celebrating it with my mother, father, stepfather, brother, the warden, obviously my mother. And we're going to have a nice Thanksgiving. It's Koloski time. I'll take on its Morbin time and I'll say it's Koloski time. Who knows? That's my ticket to Hollywood superstardom. Somebody says anybody is better than Jared Leto. It's Koloski time. It's time. It's Koloski time. Is that Vader time? Somebody asks, would you cast Deborah as the warden? Nah, I'd probably cast an elderly woman. It's Morbin time. Somebody asked me what's my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game. To be honest with you, I don't play Sonic. I was more of a Nintendo 64 guy. I was more of a Mario guy. I was more of a Zelda guy. I liked Zelda Ocarina of Time. I liked GoldenEye. I liked Counter-Strike. I liked Warcraft 3. I liked Mega Man X, and so on. So Pete says, let's play Counter-Strike sometime. Yeah, I have a Steam account. I haven't logged on in a while. I don't know. I know my brother's a big video game player. You know, I think video games are for kids. I've kind of grown out of it when I entered my 20s. I'm not really so much into video games anymore. Although some people disagree with me, they say video games are not for kids, and they're all defensive. They're like, video games are for adults. I'm like, okay, if you say so. I'm interested in playing Grand Theft Auto 5. That looks like it would be a lot of fun. I loved Grand Theft Auto 3 back in the day. Somebody says, yeah, Pokemon Red and Blue and Gold and Silver were great games back in the day. The Pokemon games are obviously classics. Super Mario 64, Mario World. You know, those were great too. There's lots of good games. StarCraft is good. Super Smash Brothers Melee was good. You'll probably beat me in Super Smash Brothers Melee, but that was a good game too. Perfect Dark was good. Kirby's Adventure for the NES was good. I liked Mario RPG. That was a good game. Yeah, of course, Zelda Ocarina of Time was a classic. Majora's Mask was good, but it was kind of like the B-side to Ocarina of Time. Paperboy was fun, yeah. Somebody says, I think you would love video games, seeing how you've never matured past the age of 15. Rusty says Ocarina of Time was trash. I don't think so. I mean, it was good for the times. You don't think Ocarina of Time was a good game? You know, Mippets, that was a nasty comment. I mean, it's kind of true, but, you know, you don't have to be so nasty. You see, Ocarina of Time, was rated like really the best game of all time back in the day. I think there's other games that have surpassed it since then, like Mario Galaxy. But I mean, I know like the creators of Ocarina of Time said, we like after just really spending a lot of time on that game, they're like, I think we've created really one of the best games to have ever been made at the time. That's what they thought, and it really was a great game for the time. Erie says, I think saying Andrew's never matured past 15 is fair. It's kind of harsh, though. Hey, they say geniuses are people who've never grown up and keep their youthful energy in adulthood. So maybe I'm a genius, you know? So maybe I'm like a genius who kept my youthful energy in adulthood. Somebody says, I didn't mean anything by saying you behave like a 15-year-old. It's just an observation. All right. I mean, maybe I can meet a woman who's in her 20s who behaves like an 18-year-old. I don't know. I mean, or maybe I can meet a woman who wants to behave like my mother. I don't know. One of the two. Somebody says, I went through a lot of trauma at 15 that would affect anyone. So, obviously I was severely bullied. I had a lot of things going on in my life. So, what are you going to do? I never matured past 15, but what are you going to do? Somebody says, it's kind of, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I think I either have to date a woman in her 20s, or a woman who's older that wants to be like my mother. Because frankly, no woman in her fucking 30s wants to date me. I mean, maybe there's some women who like trailer trash girlfriends who want to date me and they're in their 30s. But realistically, no successful accountant woman wants to date me. Somebody says the woman in her 30s will have to be as tough as the warden. Somebody asked me, have I ever rode a mechanical bull? No, I have not. I've never rode a mechanical bull. I haven't done a lot of things. I've just basically sat in solitary Joanne Greenberg land for the past 20 years. So I haven't done a lot with my life. Somebody asked, would I date an 18-year-old? I mean, that's pretty young. I mean, it's legal, but I don't think we would have a lot in common. She'd be way too immature for me. I think somebody said 25 or 27 is a fair age. I mean, and what would an 18-year-old really be interested in me for anyway? Unless she's like a trailer trash 18-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, she's better off sticking with like, 21-year-olds. I don't have money and fame at the moment. So I have nothing going for me. I don't know. Like 18-year-olds are pretty immature. I need somebody who has a little bit more of like a brain. I mean, that's like saying it's not. I don't know. I need somebody mature. And some people say some 18-year-olds, obviously grew up in like really hardcore households and are mature for their age. I don't know. This is a bad example, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm kind of like Ken Shamrock, or like I need somebody who's kind of like kind of lived a traumatic life and is like really mature like me, or like is really tough as nails like the warden. I don't know. I mean, somebody says in your video, yeah, I daydream I'd love to be famous soon. Somebody says really mature like you, ? And they laugh. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm a tough guy. You don't think I'm tough? Somebody says you're very picky for a guy who's been involuntarily celibate for like his whole life. All right, fair enough. Somebody says never settle for average. Cell's tough. Andrew is not so tough. I got to merge Cell and Andrew and be tough. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't have any women that are interested in me romantically at the moment. I'm single as fuck. I'm single as fuck, and I'm in the friend zone with some people, and that's okay. That's okay. Friends are nice, but yeah, I definitely am not dating anybody. Definitely not dating anybody. I'm single as fuck, and I have been for years. Somebody says dating gets harder when you get older. Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Somebody says you should go to a punk show and find a gothic girlfriend. It's been years since I last kissed or gotten intimate with a woman. It's been years. It's been a long time. I'm definitely hungry for a girlfriend. That's for sure. I feel like I've been involuntarily celibate for my whole life. I feel like the 40-year-old virgin in a lot of ways, to be perfectly honest with you. Somebody says, you are not capable of a romantic interaction currently. You're too unstable. Somebody says, tell women, at any moment you're capable of being rich and famous. Yeah, it would be like folie dude. Somebody said that's the only way a woman would really be a good woman would really be interested in you, unless they shared the delusion that you're going to be rich and famous too. There's no future with you. There's no future. You're getting taken care of by your mother. Unless somebody believes you're going to be a rich and famous movie star too. I mean, who the hell would want to date you? You know, they have to share your delusion. And we'll live the future movie star lifestyle together, living in delusion. I'm about to get Cobenfy, Cobenfy, called into a pharmacy, and I'm going to be taking another antipsychotic. I'm switching from the Abilify, so I'm going to be trying a new medication. Um, Apparently, there's no weight gain. There's no tardive dyskinesia. I'll be less fatigued on it. I'm excited to try the Cobenfy. It sounds like a James Bond villain, Cobenfy. I'm excited to try the Cobenfy. Cobenfy. Maybe that'll be the name I use in Morbius too. Cobenfy. Morbius has to take out Cobenfy. Morbius versus Cobenfy. Somebody asks, will there be sexual dysfunction on the Cobenfy? To be honest with you, I don't know. Let's type in Cobenfy sexual dysfunction. Coben sexual function. To be honest with you, apparently it's a game-changing new drug for schizophrenia. Let's see the side effects to Cobenfy. Nausea, high blood pressure, stomach pain. I don't know. I'll talk to my psychopharmacologist about it. I mean, there's tons of side effects for Abilify too. Probably more side effects. I know, obviously, Dr. Copland said, this medication is new. It's really good. There's not very many side effects to it, so I'm going to give it a try. Somebody asked me, have I ever been in jail? I don't have a criminal record. I was arrested one time, in 2011, but nothing was pressed, and I was immediately. Long story, but no, I've never been in jail, and I don't want to go to jail. Nobody wants to go to jail. I've been in the psychiatric hospital, and I've heard jail is worse than that, according to people in there. So I've never really been in jail. I don't have a criminal record, so no. A long story. There was an incident involving me and my mother that was domestic. I don't want to get into what happened. But yeah, long story. I was delusional. I was sick. They put me in the psychiatric hospital. People say jail is worse than the psychiatric hospital. So yeah, I have no criminal record. I was basically in the psychiatric hospital. Oh, I've been in the psychiatric hospital 8 times in my life. Although the 6 times I was hospitalized in 2011 should have been one extended psychiatric hospitalization rather than 6 hospitalizations. I won the hospitalization championship 6 times in 2011. Did I keep basically they prescribed medication. I left the hospital, didn't take it, and then I was back in the hospital soon after. So he says you haven't been back in the hospital for a while now. That's true. I think I'm going to be good. I think I'm going to be good. Oh, somebody asks, "What's it like in the hospital?" It's a fucking nightmare. You're surrounded. It's like prison. I mean, I hear prison's worse, but you don't want to be in the fucking psychiatric hospital. It's fucking hell on earth in there. You're just watching the clock, looking out the window, hoping to get discharged, taking tons of medication, watching these shitty Marvel movies over and over again. It's fucking hell. It sucks. It's gross in there. The bathroom's fucking disgusting. You don't want to go to the fucking psychiatric hospital. So he says prison is not worse than the psychiatric hospital. I mean, you can walk around. I mean, you're locked. You're locked on a unit. They both suck. They both suck. They both suck. You can obviously interact with other patients there. Yeah, like what did I watch in there? I watched Thor. What is the craziest thing I saw in the hospital? I don't know. I don't really want to get into my psychiatric hospital experience right now. I mean, you're surrounded by tons of crazy people. It's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible, man. It's fucking terrible. In the most recent, I mean, I've had some roommates that were annoying. Um, in the most recent hospitalization, they weren't so bad. I was on the COVID unit. I don't know. It's fucking terrible in there. It's fucking terrible. It's like prison. It's like being in prison. The food is atrocious. You're taking medications. You're lying on the cot. It's like being in prison basically. Except the food is worse than the warden's cooking. The food is worse than my mother's cooking. Yes. After 2011, I'm like, oh, maybe the psychiatric hospital food's better than my mother's cooking. No, my mother. I'll give my mother credit. Her food is better than the food in the psychiatric hospital. It's fucking bad. It's like prison food. It's like prison food. It's literally like prison food. It's not good. You don't want to be in there. You just don't want to be in there unless it's a fucking emergency. If you're a danger to yourself or others, go there. Otherwise, don't fucking go there. It's nightmare in there. So he says, how did I get out? I guess they watch you take the medication for a week or two, and then they release you. Yeah, it's not good in there. It's not good in there. You don't want to go. It's actually, the air conditioning is kind of cold. It actually is kind of chilly. I remember even in the summertime, I would wear a sweater, in the hospital because the air conditioning really makes it chilly in the hospital. At least the hospital I went to. Yeah, sirens trigger me because obviously I don't want to go back to the hospital because it's a nightmare. It's a real nightmare. Actually, they don't give you crayons because they don't want you coloring on the walls. You have to sketch with pencils, and then when I left the hospital, I had to color all my artwork in. I did a lot of artwork in the hospital, but you get like a little like golf pencil, and you have to color on a piece of paper with a golf pencil. There's certain times they give you crayons, like for example, there is like there's certain moments where you can, like, art classes that you can go to. But for the most part, you can't even color in there. It sucks. So he says, don't they worry they'll put the little pencil up your nose? I guess if you're that determined to do self harm, well, I mean, how can they prevent everything? I mean, they give you a toothbrush too. If you're so determined to do self harm that you're gonna like attack yourself with a mini pencil, I mean, how the hell can they prevent that? All right, guys. I guess I'm. The new med is called Cobenfy. 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 The pills are we're trying to get it approved now. Long story. We're going to try to get it as soon as possible. Hopefully, the Cobenfy comes in soon. All right, guys. Peace out, amigos and amigas. Adios. Thank you for interacting. I'll see you all again soon.